Tyson Fury's secret weapon for Deontay Wilder destruction was confidence installed by CUTMAN DURAN.
Thank you, Money Penny. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working now. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel. Shout out to everybody. They used my link. You know, I'm tracking it and we did some good numbers. UFC 249. Not only that, it was a really good main card. Francis Ngannou, vicious 20-second knockout. I made videos about this. Main event, Tony Ferguson. He ended up getting stopped by Gaethje. Really good card. But shout out to everybody who used the link. It does, again, help the channel when you guys click on that. Another way to support the channel is head over to the Patreon, sign up. I got a lot of stuff in store. I've been behind the scenes working. And another option is to hit the YouTube join button. Now, Tyson Fury had newfound confidence from his CUTMAN. That's what they're saying. So we're going to go through this article and then I'm going to give some of my thoughts. You dig? Make sure you guys smash the like button. Let's get it. With my trusted assistant, Money Penny.
Doctor Who did the sewing did a tremendous job. The biggest and most important cut. You could barely see it. Tyson Fury's entire team were worried about a major cut reopening in his fight with Deontay Wilder, according to DURAN, the man responsible for stopping that happening. Fury was forced to brutally persevere despite a terrible gash above his eye against Otto Wallin last year. A wound that threatened to resurface in the rematch with Wilder that he eventually dominated. Everybody was concerned except Fury and I, legendary US CUTMAN Stitch told Sky Sports. The whole team, including his brothers, were glad to have me on board. It was the most rational thing they could have done, to bring me in. The Fury team understood that. I looked at his cuts. The doctor who did the sewing did a tremendous job. The biggest and most important cut. You could barely see it. I told Fury, I am here for maintenance. I use ice every round. My job is for you to walk out as handsome as you walked in. I tried to form a fatherly type of bond because, although these guys are gladiators, on the inside they are babies. Our first conversation was about when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. I was in Vladimir's corner. I told Fury, I thought Vladimir just had a bad day against you, but I saw Fury against Deontay Wilder, the first time, and became an instant fan. I knew it was no fluke. I saw Fury doing in the gym exactly what he did on the night against Wilder. I've been at a lot of great events with great fighters in historic events, but Tyson Fury? That took me to a new level. It was a fun, electrifying, adrenaline-fueled 2 weeks that I spent with him. Stitch paid credit to Jorge Capello, the CUTMAN who dealt with Fury's injuries when inflicted by Wallin last year. I knew straight away it was a bad cut, said Stitch. People forget there were actually 2 cuts. In the days after I met with Jorge, considering the circumstances, he passed the test, became a hero and saved the test. He brought out the importance of being a good CUTMAN. Tyson Fury.
Thank you, Money Penny. Give it up for Money Penny, my trusted assistant. Now, Stitch Duran said that he was brought in for maintenance. I mean, listen, Wilder never even got off like he wanted to the point where the cut would have even reopened up, in my opinion. So Stitch never really came into play. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, maybe in sparring, that's an option, you know, because you can get a cut reopened in sparring. Damn, that looks nasty. But you know, it just wasn't Wilder's night. I'm still looking forward to the rematch. I think Wilder, you know, this should be a humbling experience for Wilder. You lost your perfect record. Tyson Fury's grown in confidence. maybe do a little trash talking, things like that. And you called him pillow fisted. Now, this man beat you, and Wilder's going to have to come back stronger. He's going to have to come back stronger from all of this. Shout out to Stitch Duran. Whose cut is that? I look crazy. Oh, it's MMA. Yeah, he's a great cutman. But Wilder's going to have to come back strong from this. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens because, again, I think Wilder, he had an off night, didn't work out for him. He looked like something was wrong with him the whole time. Like walking around, pacing. I don't know. It looked like an off night. So I know Wilder didn't get off like he wanted to with the punches and the combination, but I would never count the man out, the type of power he possesses. The biggest thing for me, Wilder, is you've taken your lumps, you lost, whatever it did to your, ego. If you can chalk that up and remain humble and remain persistent and dedicated, then it's going to be a very interesting fight because I really feel, and this is no excuse, but I feel like Deontay Wilder, he probably underestimated Fury. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but check me out. He underestimated Tyson Fury just based on the sense that the very last round, he got the best of Fury. In the first fight, obviously. The 12th round, Fury was almost out of there. So I think Wilder went into the rematch feeling like, okay, I got his number. I came on, So I'm gonna give him, it's gonna be the 13th round. I'm gonna give him some more of what he was looking for in the first fight, right? Because he came on late. But Tyson Fury had basically a new team. Wilder seemed something was weird, with the suit. That's what he's saying. He just looked out of sorts. He said himself he wasn't himself and he felt like a zombie, these types of things. And you could just look at his facial expression. It didn't look like the Deontay Wilder. It looked like I said, like he just woke up from a nap or something. He looked groggy. So Wilder could have overestimated his self, thinking it was just going to be easy work and carry on. I think, he has to correct those little things. And I think he underestimated Fury possibly. He didn't think Fury would do all the shit he said he was going to do. And he did it, Fury said he was going to come out and bull rush him and blitz him. And, he's going to get knocked out in 2-3 rounds or whatever he said. Or I'm going to get knocked out. I don't think Wilder really took him for, at face value what he was saying. And Tyson Fury's team and everybody meant it. And that's why the third fight becomes so imperative. And it becomes so interesting because now Wilder, Fury showed you two totally different styles of fight. So there's nothing to not prepare for. If my theory is correct and Wilder didn't think that Tyson Fury could hurt him, and he didn't think that Tyson Fury would try to bully him and all that. Now that he's done it, you can't be preparing for the fight and not trained for that, not trained for an aggressive Fury, because he showed he could do that. He came in heavier, 273. Wilder came in heavier, and that also I think didn't help Wilder out. I don't think Wilder needed. I told you I wanted Wilder to be heavier than he was in the Fury first fight or the Luis Ortiz first fight, because he was at like 209 to 214. I thought he needed to be just really 218.5 to 225. I think that's really his sweet spot. I don't think he had to be, he was like 232 or whatever he was. I think that was a little bit too big. He's complaining about the suit and his legs and stuff. I think he don't have to be that big. His power is not going to go nowhere. He knocked Fury out, and he was outweighed by virtually the same amount of pounds, weighing 209 or 212 or whatever he weighed in the first Fury fight, and Fury was 254. So he really didn't even have to put on that much weight, so he has to fine tune little things like that. But I can't wait for it. Like I said, Stitch Duran did a great job with Fury's cut, but it never really came into play, and that's, also probably the sign of a great cut man as well. But I do think Wilder didn't get off with the shots like he wanted to the point where the cut became an issue. And Wilder has I still feel it. Wilder has a type of power. He don't even have to cut you. If you get a cut, you're going to really be up shit's creek, because if you get a cut and you can't see and it impairs your visibility and blood in your eyes and stuff, that's going to be a nightmare. But none of that came into play based on Tyson Fury and the Kronk Gym or whatever. Great game plan. So I'm looking forward to it. A lot of people from the UK, they keep playing this fake notion that Wilder would step aside and Kubrat Pulev will step aside to allow for Tyson Fury and Joshua. I don't see it happening. And in my opinion, I think Wilder's style mixed with Tyson Fury's style, it gels much better. I'm telling you, especially where Anthony Joshua is right now. Anthony Joshua is kind of at a crossroads. He got embarrassed and stopped by Andy Ruiz and knocked out. Then he came back and, fought a completely different style. And he's not, to me, fully comfortable in that box the whole 12 and keep it moving 12 rounds and always pick your feet up and move around. I don't think that's really his style to fight like that. He's more of a boxer puncher. So I think he's really in the crossroads. So what is he gonna? He's gonna try to outbox Tyson Fury, or is he gonna try to go back to the knockout artist that he was in the first 15 fights of his career? I just think Joshua fight, he's going to be timid, and it's going to be a chess match, and it's going to be a lot slower pace than anything Wilder and Fury got going on, because of Wilder only has the style he has, a ton of heart, power. It's his own unique style. You see what I'm saying? Joshua, he's kind of in a no man's land, a limbo, in my honest opinion, with his style. He's not the knockout artist he was when he was first coming up, and that's what they were billing him as. He's losing weight, and in addition to that, his last performance, you're only as good as your last performance. He just looked skittish. He didn't really look like he was fully ready to commit in the trenches. So if Tyson Fury tries the same style that he fought Wilder in, Prince Nassim said it best. He said, I did a video about it, check it. He said, I think the fight's going to be easier than Wilder, because Wilder's just too dangerous. It don't matter if Wilder's up and breathing and awake and, has his legs, he's going to be dangerous. Joshua, I think it's easier for a guy like Tyson Fury to, if things are going his way, I think Joshua's he's going to cur more than Wilder. Wilder, he's the type of person you have to just get him out of there, because he has too much power. And if you don't do what Fury did in the second fight, then he's going to be dangerous for 12 rounds. And then if he starts hitting you with hard stuff, and let's say you try to bully him in the trilogy and he starts hitting you with some hard shots, heavy shots, then you have no choice but to respect it. You have to respect it or you're going to get knocked out. So Wilder, he can definitely make those incremental improvements and change some things, not necessarily be 230 plus. I don't think he needs to be that high in weight, stuff like that. But the cut never really came into place. They're saying that was a secret weapon, but they were definitely worried about it from the Otto Wallin fight. I still think that cut is potentially a problem, but Wilder got to let his hands go a lot more. Wilder he just got caught. He got caught in the moment, and he had a quick turnaround, not expecting Fury to do exactly what he said he did, because it sounded crazy when Fury and John Fury and Tyson Fury kept saying this to David Haye and in the public. It didn't sound right. It doesn't sound right, but everything sounds crazy until somebody does it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. They're talking about the secret weapon for Tyson Fury was the CUTMAN, and that restored Fury's confidence. Shout out to Money Penny. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working.
Now here you go.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.